So y'all remember maybe a couple weeks, a few months ago or so, something like that. Definitely wasn't a couple weeks, probably more like a few months ago or so, or somewhere around there. Snoop came out and was talking about how he took his grandkids, I think it was, to the movies, and there was some same-sex content on there, and how he didn't think it was appropriate for the kids. Well, apparently he's had a change of heart, and not only has he had a change of heart, but to such an extent that he's actually now going to create content with same-sex couples in it. Yeah, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this.
Well, but y'all know what we got to do. No matter what it is, we got to pull up in the cut, let everybody know what's up with the latest when it comes to the news. And this time, this nigga Snoop Dogg, as y'all seen right there, bro, this nigga has done a song to support something on Doggy Land TV as he's going back on his word and calling a situation which he wasn't even disrespectful at that point in time. He just said, hey, I don't really have the answers and why is sexuality being pushed to kids. He caught some backlash for that. Then he decided to take it to this point right here where he collabed with them on this song. And you can hear Snoop Dogg vocals on there where he's saying, hey, support everybody's and all the families and all the relationships. He even made an appearance on the edit and wore the color purple in support of the day for this community and what they standing for and everything like that. And I said, wow, this nigga Snoop Dogg that really went all the way out now. And it's all about the dollar and for him to cash out. Because it wasn't like you are hateful towards nobody.
He wasn't.
It wasn't like Snoop was pushing anti this or that. All he did was give an honest opinion.
Right.
And said, hey, man, I don't really have the answers. Now, when it came to that episode right there, they had removed it, if I'm not mistaken, that clip, because I had covered that back then. They removed that clip. But I think that, no, they removed it from that episode, but people had already grabbed it up and stuff. But they ended up taking that clip out that episode.
They putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
I took my grandson to see, what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz, the Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
Yeah, with Kiki Palmer's in that movie. So we watching it, and she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie, like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, I didn't come in. I just came to watch the goddamn movie.
No, but see, and that's a good point. It don't matter if it's heterosexual, if it's, bisexual, or if it's homosexual. Kids' content shouldn't have anything about sexual anything. This is the problem a lot of us got with it. Why should I have to even answer a question like that in the middle of watching a damn movie? There's no need for that, man. There's no need for that. And this ain't got nothing to do with any community. I don't want a girl kissing a guy in a movie that I'm going to that's supposed to be just for kids. If you want to make it PG-13, rated R, that might be more understandable because those are like ratings that where you might see some of that stuff. But if it's like rated G, maybe even PG, no, we just coming to have a good time, man. I shouldn't have to answer these types of questions. I mean, I feel like that's a legitimate fucking, question right there.
Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? So it's like, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids that we have to show that at this age. Like,
that part.
They're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't have the answer.
Yeah.
I don't believe that either as far as him not having the answer. He got the answer.
Snoop has went full throttle with it, making songs, and he's in full support of everything over there, all families, everybody who live in a certain way. Hey, everybody needs to learn about it. Everybody needs to support it. And I just say, hey, they cut Snoop that check, bro. He's seen it in some type of way, some type of financial benefit.
Either that or threatened him. Yeah, either or.
We just got to call it out. And I was the nigga. I've been having a few supporters come out here today and holler at me. And I was like, bro, I didn't want to have to call this out while I'm out in LA. But this the day it fell on, bro. And I told a couple guys that, and they said, nah, bro, you got to do your stuff, bro. It ain't like you came out here to disrespect him in his region and nothing like that. And I said, nah, y'all right. I was going to do it, but I was going to do it regardless. But I was just saying, it's just crazy. Like, Why would bro come out here and do this? Hey, it ain't nothing he can say to me to make me understand, bro. Why would you go out and do this and make this song with this guy? They got the cartoon with it. It is direct.
Here's the thing what bugs me so much. Stand on your principles. What he said in that clip wasn't disrespectful at all. It was a legitimate question for any sexuality, right? When you're taking your kids to a movie. But if you felt uncomfortable because you had to explain that during something you were watching, why would you do the same thing? That's the problem, right? Why would you do the same thing that you said put you in an uncomfortable position that you didn't want to have to be in? Why would you put other parents in that same situation? Parents should be able to dictate and when they want to address these issues with their kids. Shouldn't have anything to do with the outside world, with some sort of movie, some sort of kids movie, with a song. None of that. That's rated for kids, that is. Anything that's rated for kids, I'm talking about.
To kids, bro. Like, this is for the kids who got parents this way, and you're not different than other kids, and this is all something we should celebrate and look forward to. And I'm like, bro, y'all ain't doing nothing but pushing this on the loop. The loop was even more, dog. That's what people is talking about. It wasn't about specifically that. It's just why sexuality being pushed on the kids in general. Anyway, any shape, form, or fashion, bro. And if you stood on something at one point in time, to come back and say this now, it's like, hey, bro, you just gonna go for anything, bro. Anytime somebody have a complaint or something with some money you can make off of it, it's like, hey, bro, I'm finna go for the gusto. I'll jump on that wagon now. Talking about pulling up to the shows and everything, having this conversation with them. And I'm like, bro, this ain't the Snoop that I ever thought that boys was growing up on back in the day. I got to keep it 100. And I don't expect you. Now, let me be clear here. I'm not talking about being no gangster, because everybody know that's not what we push over here. Not talking about being no tough guy. I ain't talking about being hateful. I ain't talking about being disrespectful. It's just like, bro, stand for something, dog, where you get to the point where money's so important that you can't even make your own decisions based off of if it's going to affect your overhead or not. And I don't feel like no man should be living his life like that, bro. Like, that's my personal opinion about it. He got to stand on it. I got to stand on it. This ain't about hate for nobody. This ain't about, like, disrespecting nobody and their choices. This is about, hey, you have an opinion on something. This is about, hey, I don't think that that's something that should be pushed on the kids in movies or TV shows, you know what I'm saying, at all. So it's not about, oh, I have a hate for this group of.
Well, and I will say, it depends on the rating. It shouldn't be in movies for kids for sure. So like rated G and PG. Or it should have a warning just like anything else. But that's if there's any sort of sexual content in it. And I guess you could look at it like, well, just presenting two women and one with a baby is not sexual content, which it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. So I see it. I can understand that aspect of it. Having, whether it be you got man, woman couple in cartoon or whatever, but there ain't nothing going on sexual wise. It's just a couple. And whether you got man, woman couple and ain't nothing sexual going on and it's just a couple. You look at it from that aspect. I wouldn't say that would be like sexual content that needs a higher rating. So, and you can make the argument, if you are homosexual and you say, well, y'all present heterosexual couples and no one needs to explain that. So there's arguments on both sides. I think the main issue is that Snoop said something and he voiced his confusion and the inability to be able to want to deal with that. And then he does the exact thing that put him in a situation that he felt uncomfortable in, having to explain. You know what I mean?
People, ain't nobody saying nothing like that. Ain't nobody pushing harm. Ain't nobody pushing disrespect. Gave a simple opinion, and you let people get in their feelings, get riled up. And you don't do this if you don't feel like it affects your money or if they don't have a check for you, bro. But you know, certain people, bro, they say you got to stand for something or you're going to fall for anything, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what Snoop Dogg got going on right now, but he do what he want to do. We got to stand firm on it, dog, because that's just too quick. You'd have had them back door conversations with them, had them behind the scenes talks, and you went on ahead and walked the walk. Came back around and said, hey man, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna play ball with y'all. I'm gonna play ball with y'all. This what y'all want me to do? This how y'all want me to move? All right, bet. With a check. Come on. Tell me I'm lying, y'all. If y'all think I'm lying, let me know. And see, Snoop, you pushing them there. I'll tell you like this, Snoop. It's crazy that Balls will sit up here one day and have this full conversation with this lady on this show, and then you'll turn around and go make this song right here, pushing this and supporting this.
All right, so that's pretty much the end of that clip. Let's check out what some people are saying about this. So this is TMZ's page. So person said, no respect for this dude. Stand for something. He got enough wealth. He don't have to submit to this bullshit. What a coward. Bro, folded. Motherfucker would sell everything he loves to stay where he's at to keep getting more. Nasty work. The kids, every fucking time. Deplorable and disgusting. The pussy bent the knee for the wokies. What a complete and utter disgrace. Cries about Lightyear being woke, then pulls this pathetic cowardly stunt like the spineless fraud he is. Clown, embarrassing, doesn't even begin to cover it. He spoke about how he sold his soul to the devil on Murder Was the Case long ago. Bunch of wishy-washy, two-faced mofos out here these days. The same dude bitching about the last couple in Lightyear. These things shouldn't be in kid shows, period. Yeah, so none of these comments, and I had already went through them. Most of them, I don't really find any good ones. I ain't find no good ones. And then here's the TMZ story. Snoop Dogg is no longer uncomfortable with gay couples being portrayed in children's movies, and he even put some in his own children's series. The rapper teamed up with Glad Thursday for Spirit Day, which is meant to show support for LGBTQ youth. And he told The Voice contestant Jeremy Bellotte in a promotional chat all about why he feels it's necessary to represent gay couples in his animated kids show, Doggyland.
Love is Love is a record that my kids program, Doggyland, presented me, where it's the song where it's teaching love is love, it's teaching parenthood, it's teaching the situations that kids and the world is going through right now in a beautiful way through song, dance, melody, and just trying to get more understanding, clarity on how we live and the way we live. And I felt like this music is a beautiful, bridge to bringing understanding. This is a program that we've been doing for years where we involve kids, and these are things that kids have questions about. So now hopefully we can help answer these questions and, help them to live a happy life and understand that love is love.
All right, so that was the little clip of that where, Snoop talks about that. And so, man, that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it. I don't think any sort of sexual content, period, should be in a kid's cartoon or anything geared toward children under a certain age, of course. I think the more important thing is, why would Snoop take a position on something and not only change his mind, because people can change their mind, but then do the very thing that he admits was a problem for him and he didn't want to have to deal with, when he just wanted to relax and take his kids to a movie and kind of not have to explain all this. At the end of the day, man, you can do what you want to do it how you want to do it. But I do think there's an element that uses these tactics where they'll threaten to cancel people, do this and that, just because they may not see things their way. And that ain't right. That ain't right. Just because someone doesn't agree with something doesn't mean that they don't understand. Doesn't mean that they're insensitive either. That doesn't mean that. All right. But let me know what y'all think about this. What do you think about Snoop doing this? And do you think he'd be able to come back from it, as far as, because he's getting a lot of backlash, man. He's getting a lot of backlash just for not standing on his own 10, right? Let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.